Today we're going to replace the front differential fluid on a 2005 Infiniti G35X all-wheel drive. Okay, we need to safely jack up the vehicle and then put the vehicle onto jack stands. The next step is going to be to remove the splash guard. There's approximately 15 or so 10mm bolts. And this will give us access to the passenger side to replace the differential fluid. I'm using a Milwaukee angle drill to remove the 10mm bolts holding the splash guard in place. It makes it go a lot quicker than if you use a wrench or a ratchet or anything like that. It's going to make things go a lot easier. Okay, I have the underguard, the splash guard removed here, and we're going to go underneath and take a look at where this front differential is. It's going to be on the passenger side of the vehicle. So if we fly right on down underneath, we will take a look at exactly where it is. You can see the oil filter right there. And it's actually right behind the oil filter. And you can see the drain bolt there. It's a 10mm hex. And right up there, that is another 10mm hex bolt. And that's the fill. So we have the drain right there. That's that one right there. And we've got the fill, which is almost directly above it. One of the things that's really important here is to remove this fill bolt first. Reason being, if you remove this drain bolt first, and then you can't remove the fill bolt, you're going to have no differential fluid in here, and then you're kind of in trouble. So it's always fill bolt first, get that out, and then right down here, you're going to remove the drain bolt second. And again, that's right behind where the oil filter is. It's actually not too bad of a spot to get to. Okay, so next step, we're going to remove that fill bolt on top. Okay, what I have here is a Craftsman breaker bar. And there is the 10mm bit, hex bit I'm going to need to remove the bolts. I'm also going to spray some PB Blaster on those hex bolts there, just to make it a little easier to loosen them up. Okay, so you can see I've got my breaker bar attached to about a 5-inch extension there. It makes it a lot easier. It's kind of cramped in the back there. So I put that 5-inch extension on, and I did get the bolt to break free. Okay, so here's my breaker bar again. And I've got the extension hooked up to the 10mm hex bolt. And this one undid a lot easier. So that one's loose. Now we're all set to do the drain. Okay, I have the bolt removed. We're draining the fluid right now. And there's about 0.8 of a quart in there. And you can see right there, there's the bolt. It's got quite a bit of shavings on it, but nothing too big. It's all mostly small, really, really small pieces. And it's a magnetic bolt, so that's why all those little magnetic shavings are attaching to it. You just need to make sure you put the drain bolt back on properly. There's also a washer that goes on the drain bolt, and just be sure to replace that or use the same one. But if you do use the same one, just be careful. Just, double check, make sure there's no leaks. Okay, and there's the bolt all cleaned up. And that is the drain bolt. The drain bolt also has that washer. You can see right there, the washer is on it. You just want to make sure you get all those shavings off, clean it up real good, and get that right back on there. Okay, I've got a tube going into the fill hole, and that tube is connected to an adapter. The adapter is connected to, I'm using Royal Purple, and that is Royal Purple gear oil, and it's 75W90, and that is a GL5 approved, which is for this vehicle, for the rear differential and the front differential. The front, which is what we're doing now. It's a tight squeeze, but we'll get it in there. Okay, so here we have the lower bolt tightened up. That's good to go. It's got the washer on there. It's all snug. And we're going to tighten up the upper fill bolt and just use a standard ratchet for that. Do not use a breaker bar to tighten that up. Or you'll screw things up. You can strip the threads and then you really have some pretty big problems. So it's just snug. Tighten it down, you know, pretty snug, and you'll be good with that. That's the fill on top. There's the drain on bottom, and you'll be all set to go. Okay, so now you should have the splash guard in place, and that's about it. Just lower your vehicle and give it a test drive and just check for any leaks, and you're all set. Thanks for watching.